Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. I'm not at Roots Refuge Farm. I'm actually, I think, probably as far away from Roots Refuge Farm as I could be while still being in the United States. I am in Redding, California. This is my friend Leah.
Hello.
Some of you may recognize Leah from, she came down and went to the homesteading festival at Roots Refuge and with us. She shot a video of that, and I know a lot of you watched it. And I came out here to California, sunny California. Today's smoky California.
Today's smoky California.
And I'm out here visiting her, spending a couple days, and we're actually in a really special garden right now.
Yes.
This was Leah's mother's garden, and she passed away about a year
ago,
almost exactly. Yesterday would have been her,
her birthday,
like here. Well, it was her birthday.
Yeah.
Still is her birthday.
Yes. She's celebrating in heaven.
Exactly. And Leah, in honor of her mom, has continued this garden.
Yes.
Of course, we are at the season of gardening, or the stage of gardening, but it's wild.
It's wild and weedy.
The August garden is a force of its own. And so we're out here just exploring it. She's showing it to me. I brought my camera to show you guys, because who doesn't love to see a great garden?
Yes.
We just found this thing.
Yes.
So
Monster.
She was saying, she's like, you know, I think some people eat these when they're this big. So the Armenian white cucumber is a melon, not a cucumber. It's technically a melon. So actually, if you want to bust this open, it doesn't taste like anything, but we can hear.
With all my
you gotta
strength?
just get it.
Or like ram it on something. There you go.
There you go. All right. And yeah, I mean, like, there you go.
All of my crunching noise. I'm sorry for all of you out there.
I mean, it tastes like a cucumber melon.
A cucumber melon.
Yeah. So what I've done with these at this stage is you can cut them up and like put them in water with herbs. So, you know, it's kind of like making cucumber water because it does have a lot of liquid. And one year I had a bunch of these because I just had my garden go crazy. And I took a bunch of them, and the skin is so fine, but I peeled it, and then I scooped out the seeds, and then I blended it with Greek yogurt and honey, and then froze it in popsicle molds, and it was really good.
That's kind of genius.
I mean, you could.
It is refreshing.
Yeah, it's really refreshing. It just doesn't taste like much of anything.
No.
Like a cucumber. But it's pretty cool.
Oh, well, there you go. Learn something new every day.
So, if you're growing Armenian white cucumbers, and they get really big, I mean, you can put them in the compost or feed them to the pigs, but you can also do this with them. So I'm getting an education in the issues of California gardening. So gardening is so regional that there are regularly things that people will ask me, and I'm like, I don't know, I have no clue. I've never dealt with that. So one of the things that they're dealing with a lot here and in this garden is gophers, and then was it ground squirrels? Are there ground squirrels here or just everywhere? Okay. So ground squirrels and gophers, which are two creatures that I don't really deal with at all. And it's crazy because like these garden beds have like little tunnels and burrows all in them, and they have to actually build like fencing underneath stuff to keep these burrowing creatures out. So interesting things, regional issues. We were also just discussing okra.
The sorry puny okra.
So it's so hot here, and I've always been under the impression that okra, people will ask me like, why doesn't my okra look like yours? And I'm like, I assume it's not hot enough, but it's as hot here as it is.
Oh yeah, it's just,
but
I guess
the humidity maybe has something to do with it.
I forgot my clippers too.
Because okra is very like it's funny to me to see like skinny okra plants. But I see them, people send me pictures regularly, but I'm like, I don't know why that would happen. Because I've only ever grown like okra trees, but okra loves the south. Are you finding any potatoes?
I found a gopher hole. You found a gopher hole. Like, you want to put your hand down there? This bed, this is the tomatillos. Last year, tomatillos were over there, and it was the most insane amount of them. And this year, it's like nothing. Like,
I know you made a bunch of salsa verde last year, didn't you? I remember you posting about that.
I don't know why they're doing so bad. Like, I mean, it looks like it would do good. The bees
you have
love it.
You have
so
more than one plant.
Here.
Yeah, you have another plant.
More than one plant here, and then over there I have 4. And look how sad it is.
Huh.
Oh, the one over in that bed over there. Yeah. I had a lot of irrigation
Yeah.
this season, so this one, I haven't harvested anything from them because the green ones are too small. And then they get, well, that one might be okay at some point. It's just been, next year I'm gonna put them back in that bed. I guess they liked that area better.
Yeah, I've never been great at growing tomatillos. This year we got a decent harvest.
So my husband is Hispanic, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make salsa. And I used all yellow ones because I had read somewhere that they were poisonous if they were green, or they like weren't good for you. So I make a whole batch, and he's like, this tastes like throw up. My family. And it was really bad. It was like sweet, just too sweet. So the next batch I was like, oh, I'm supposed to harvest them green. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. So I did, and it tasted great.
He's like, honey, it's salsa verde.
He was like, this tastes like throw up.
Yeah.
It was really gross. So many aphidy things on this one, but they're still pretty.
Your peppers all look really good.
The peppers have done the best this year. These are all shishitos, and
honestly, when I have aphids that aren't, I mean, my plants are still fine, I usually don't worry that much about them.
But these I have harvested
man, you got so many
times on them, and I actually, ones that I was just leaving.
Yeah.
They were just turning red, so I just started harvesting them all sizes. I was like, they're not going to get huge.
Yeah.
I'll get some that are big, but...
Shishitos are so prolific. The first year I grew them, I only had like 2 plants, and we just stripped it every day. We were, you know, I also have a tendency to get a little... Like when I get a new food that I like, I want to eat it every single day. We were discussing this.
Really grew so many of them.
Yeah, well I only had 2 plants, so I was like, next year I'm going to grow like 15 plants. Well, it turns out you really don't need 15 shishito plants. It's a lot.
It is a lot. How did I forget a basket? I'm annoyed at myself right now. There's peppers I need to pull off the other plants too, and after this, I get so itchy.
Yeah, me too.
With.
Alright, let me put I've got a pocket.
I forgot.
Oh, you do too? Yes. This is hilarious.
Oh, pocket peppers. At least it's not an omelet.
Yeah, right.
What do you call it?
Pocket omelet.
A pocket omelet.
The other day I stuck some tomatoes in my pocket, and I asked everybody if you crush an egg in your pocket and it's a pocket omelet, what is it if you crush a tomato in your pocket? Because I literally had like these, I wear a lot of linen dresses and they have really large pockets that are real loose, which is great. I love that. But I had like slicer tomatoes in my pockets that were like completely full. And I think the consensus was pocket paste. There were several really funny ones, but the most suggested was pocket paste. So I don't put a lot of tomatoes in my pocket. I'm way more guilty of eggs. You gotta squash here.
Oh yeah, it was perfectly ready because it just came right off.
Yeah.
Yay. I love butternut squash.
Yeah, it's so good.
I cut it in half, douse it in so much butter and maple syrup.
Mmm, that sounds so good.
That's my favorite way of eating it.
And you bake it that way?
Yeah, basically a sweet potato.
Yeah.
I just do it with butternut.
That's awesome. Sounds good.
Yummy. Oh, and lots of salt.
So we were just discussing how these raspberries went crazy over this pepper bed, and it's kind of hard because you can't cut the raspberries back until fall. But right now she's having to kind of navigate through them to harvest all of these peppers. Are these habanadas or habaneros?
Oh, they're habaneros.
Okay, so definitely don't buy one of these.
I make that master tonic.
Yeah.
Some people call it fire cider. And so this is what we use these for.
What'd you call it?
So
I call it Lies in a bottle because my mom puts it in a sweet drop bottle.
So I have like old stevia bottles that I don't even use anymore. We've just kept them.
Yeah.
And so it looks like it's stevia, but it's master tonic. And so he calls it Lies in a bottle.
That's funny.
All last year.
Yeah, they look really good. So a lot of times this time of year, if I visit people who have gardens, they're always like, hey, it's weedy, it's all this different stuff. And I feel like we need to like start a movement here of like normalize wild August gardens.
Yes.
Like, hey, it's fun. Like that's what I'll tell people. I'm like, have you seen my garden? Like, you do know that the weeds are up to my knees in some places, but I'm just going out there. The time that I have, it's got to be allocated to preserving the food. Like, I can't spend as much time trying to battle the never-ending weeds at the end of the season. I'm harvesting, and that's what I got to do.
And there's a slug on one of the peppers.
Oh,
I don't know which one.
those are those Tabascos?
I think they might be. I think I mislabeled them though, because I looked down below and I was like, those look like Tabascos.
Oh, look at this dude.
Oh my goodness. You stupid little evil guy.
Salvador.
Would he do all of that?
Yeah, he could have. I don't know that they usually really eat
Grab
squash.
that sucker?
Yeah, come grab him.
Eat that sucker?
I said, grab that.
Don't eat
You cannot. I will throw up. And aren't they like...
How do I get them out?
Okay, now, what do you think
How do
about
I
this?
get 'em out?
People say
Do I
you
just
pull it.
rip it?
Yeah. Have you heard that? Oh, do you want a
Oh, I'm good, thank
strawberry
you.
lesson? Yeah, just pull it off. Just rip it off. And go chuck it. Some people say that chickens can't have hornworms.
If that were the case, my chickens would be dead.
Because
Like, if
all
it
I've
were
ever
actually
known
an
is that
issue.
people feed them to chickens.
Yeah.
But someone in messages, they're like, too bad you can't feed them chickens. It's bad for chickens. I'm like, I've only ever known them, like, everyone throws them to their chickens.
I've never heard that.
I've definitely
It's kind of
never
one of
either.
it's kind of one of those things. There are several things on my farm that people will say, hey, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, you know, like at this point, the whole idea of like, should I do this? Is it a risk? It's kind of, I've already committed to that big what we do. So I mean, you learn better and do better sometimes, but sometimes I hear things that I'm like, I don't think that's exactly accurate.
Yeah.
Evidence says otherwise. These are ground cherries. Yeah.
The other side is an easier way to get to them. Where that little
Wow, these things are prolific. Look how big these are. Mine didn't do this well this year. I learned a lesson in my garden about ground cherries because we grew a handful of plants in the high tunnel, and they were beautiful, big, and covered, but the fruit never ripened to yellow. They would just fall off and still be green, and I think the shade cloth hindered them from doing what they needed to do, so we will not grow them in the high tunnel again. Speaking of shade cloth, she puts these over the tomatoes. Let me tell you how absolutely bizarre it is for me in an August garden to see tomato plants that have no crispy blight on them. This is absolutely unheard of for me in the humid South, but here it's so dry that they don't get disease the way mine do. Like, my tomatoes right now are producing about the same as this. They're about the same size, but the whole bottom half is pretty much like dead.
Welcome to California. Yeah. Where it's dry. Literally, they're fine. They're not.
These red pear
necessarily.
ones.
Some of these, though, there's a couple here I had to rip out. They were diseased.
I'm not even helping you, I'm just eating.
No, that's sweet. You don't need to help. That was the one thing when I came to visit you. I was like, we don't have any time, and it was raining to come out and actually walk through your garden.
Oh,
So I just have to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these, they're split.
Yeah.
Which we actually don't usually have a lot of that problem. But
Right,
we
well.
did have that rain,
Yeah.
the rare rain. Cruz, can you bring me the bag again? Cherry tomato over here.
What did you say? You like
I
it?
do like this one over here. Which kind is it?
They make this garden marker.
Something sweet.
Something sweet.
Something sweet.
Sweet, could be Sweet Millions. I know that's one. Well, the
Thing is,
gardener's,
I have it in the
this
video somewhere.
is called Gardener's Sweetheart. I recognize the shape of that one.
But this one actually, here, you want to try one?
Yeah.
It's good. But
That is good.
I haven't come out here and pruned in a while.
I feel like the tomatoes taste different out here. Like, and I guess it's just being drier. Like, they're really strong flavored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe that's why my... but yeah, see, this fell as well. Yeah, it's just... it is what it is.
It's nice under here.
And this shade cloth has, like, saved the day
Yeah.
for these things. There.
Well, I mean, and I like, you didn't have to do anything super fancy. It's literally just draped over the top.
We were going on vacation, out of town, and it hadn't been hot
Yeah.
like it normally is here. it had been warm, but not like, it was gonna jump like, what was it, like 30 degrees or something?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And I'm like, they're all gonna die. All the blossoms, everything's gonna die. So I wanted to get like good shade cloths. I had to order last minute on Amazon.
Yeah.
Just cheap ones. And then we rigged this in like within 48 hours.
Yeah.
Before we went out of town to save everything.
Right.
But it completely worked.
Yeah. I mean, the plants look super healthy.
Judah is the one that helped me put all these up.
Yeah. It looks, I mean, it seems to have made a big difference. Well, the thing is too, I mean, it's like 100 Fahrenheit, 38 Celsius here almost every day, and you still have fresh blossoms, which is, you know, tomatoes stop doing that.
Yeah. And right now it's cooler.
Yeah.
Right now. It's been, I mean, we've been hitting 118.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. That's a pretty nice little harvest there. What is this yellow melon?
It's a royal golden.
Royal golden. I think I've seen that before. I've never grown it.
Tried it.
They look really pretty.
I had planted so many melons.
I'm gonna put it in.
Last year, my watermelon, they did amazing. Like I got literally like humongous size watermelons.
Yeah.
They were like half my size. And this year I had such a problem with getting them to grow.
Well, my Kajari melons, my Kajari melons dried up. I didn't get a single one. I had a big issue with melons this year.
Yeah, I always just laugh though because my mom, she liked the wild garden.
Yeah.
But this place was always looked so much more pristine.
Yeah.
And then I took it over and I'm like,
sorry, Mom.
She didn't care. She when, you know, I was helping take care of her and I would come give her updates on the garden and she's like, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, did I tell you when Gabe came and looked at the garden last year? He was like, if this is what the garden's gonna look like in the future, we're in trouble. You want a garden? And this is what it looks like? He's like, we're in for it.
Hey, I think my garden is wild now. I mean, this is normal.
But that was the best year for the bees.
Yeah, sure.
Because we had so much, bees don't care if it's a weed or if
oh,
it's a plant.
sure.
Cinderella pumpkin that I've
I was about to ask what kind of squash this was.
They do this.
Is that just improper pollination?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I know it's not the area because pumpkins do well here.
Yeah.
Greece has no problem growing for pumpkins.
Let's see. Do we have a male flower? So this is a female flower because look, it has the fruit behind it. And a male flower has, let's see if we've got one here. A male flower has sort of like the stamen inside.
Like reach.
Yeah, it may be too late, but that I'm pretty sure that like drying up is because of improper pollination, can be why. But you find that male flower, sometimes plants won't they'll put off a bunch of female flowers and no males, and then all the fruits drop. Okay. I don't know what causes that, and I don't know what to do about it. If you do, please let us know, teach us something here. But you take that male flower and open it up and take that stamen and rub it inside. I mean, literally it's, you know, that's how you pollinate. Or you can use a brush. I always just take the flower itself and do it.
My parents do have bees, but last year, or no, was it last year before, I think, there was a leak down there, or it was being overwatered down there, and that was the water source for the bees.
Oh.
So it was incredible. That was the year the bees went, like they had the most honey that year. It was wild. But now they have another source of water. So they're obviously still in here. I mean, you can see them right now. But I'm like, dang it, we shouldn't have fixed that. They were everywhere in here.
Here we were looking at the cucamelons, and she was saying they hadn't really produced anything yet, but that is not super unusual for cucamelons in my experience. Sometimes they can get really, really bushy before they produce anything, but I was noticing a couple of like teeny tiny little babies. Oh, phooey, I made that one fall off. Here we go. I won't touch this one. Here's a little baby.
Oh look, there's a volunteer raspberry.
There it is. So she'll be harvesting cucamelons soon.
That stuff is.
Yeah, this is comfrey.
But I like it, and I make comfrey balm.
Yeah.
For
salves,
family members, and like broken bone stuff.
Yeah.
And
so this is the potato bed, and potatoes died back.
And devil's weed took over.
Yeah.
We call it devil's weed.
Oh look, there you go.
I mean, that's the biggest one. Compared to what I
Do y'all have like, y'all don't have fire ants and stuff like that here, do you?
I mean, we have like some, not,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we do have fire ants, but not like y'all do.
She was just saying she didn't plant these potatoes this year. She had tried to plant a second round last year after harvesting, and they never grew and they didn't take. And so then this year they all started growing, and it was just what was left in the bed from last year. So that's funny. I love whenever you get harvests from stuff like that, whenever you're like, oh, I didn't even really work that much for this.
Favorite thing well, that and garlic to grow and harvest.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite peppers to grow is fire and ice. It's the first time I've ever grown it, so I didn't know what it was like. I didn't know that it's a very petite little bush, and I surrounded it with giant peppers. It was this little tiny guy that barely gets any sun, so I've only gotten a little bit off of it. But it's cool because it's like, it looks like fire.
Oh,
they
that's cool.
stick straight up, and the color, it's like gradual or gradient or whatever.
Yeah.
I call it ombre, which but it's like just right
The
in
little
there,
baby guy?
little tiny guy.
Oh,
I've gotten most of the harvest off of it.
that's baby guy in the bottom of the jungle.
So I've harvested.
Here's a tromboncino. Probably could, I mean, like, I know you don't have just a ton of time, but you'll probably get enough to harvest them young.
Yeah. I'll
Just keep an eye on it. Yeah, here's another little baby guy. My beautiful garden. So pretty.
That's because it's a straight line.
Yeah. Hey guys, very abrupt change of scenery. I know I just had you in a garden, and now here we are in my kitchen. 2,800 miles by road. 2,300 miles as the crow flies. We were discussing how far away I was. I traveled all through the night, got home today. I had a wonderful visit in California with my friend Leah. It was so great. We recorded a podcast. It's already up on Patreon. By the time you guys see this, it will be probably about out on like regular podcast
Channels.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me a few days ago, and really all the days that you do. God bless you. Until next time.